The opening round of the season took place at Nogaro in France 2 weeks ago. It was a WRT Audi lockout on the front row, but as the lights went green, the 38 Mercedes of Marc Basseng struggled to find a way through. Another man to get shuffled back in the pack was qualifying race podium finisher Albert von Turnen-Taxis. He was 12th by the end of the first lap. It was a brilliant start though from the number 1 McLaren of Fred Makovicky. You can see here as the lights go green up at the front, he gets a brilliant start, moves to the left-hand side and slices past most of the field before he even gets to the start line, hanging it on up the inside into turn 1 to move up into the top 10. The second McLaren was in trouble, Gregoire de Moustier getting forced out wide by Mike Parisi and losing a number of positions in the process. But the number 1 car of Fred Makovicky hardly made it past the second lap. He came straight into the pits with technical problems. Marc Basseng then picked his way past the AF Corsa Ferrari of Enzo Ede, and his teammate would soon follow through. After 18 laps, Gregoire de Moustier retired the second McLaren, and as the pit stop phases began, the Al Inkel squad got their Mercedes turned out very quickly indeed. Enzo Ede handed over to Francesco Castellacci in the number 4 AF Corsa car, but it was a battle for the lead between the two WRT Audis. In the end, it was a slicker pit stop for the 33 machine, Oliver Jarvis exiting the pits just ahead of his teammate Laurens Vanthoor, who'd taken over from Stefan Ortelli. With hotter tyres, Vanthoor was soon on the attack, attempting a move around the outside at turn 4. It didn't come off though, and the Belgian had to settle for second place for the time being. He then tried a lunge a few laps later, going down the back straight into the hairpin. But Jarvis was wise to it and managed to get the cutback to retain the lead. The battle would continue for the next few laps, but further back in the order, Thomas Engst was starting to make an impression, here getting past one of the BMWs to move up into the top 10. Vanthoor then made the move stick for the lead down at the hairpin and would gradually begin to pull away from Oliver Jarvis. The Mercedes had moved themselves up into 3rd and 4th, with the two AF Corsa Ferraris in 5th and 6th. But it was the Stefan Ortelli and Oliver Jarvis car that exited the final corner to take the first win of the season in the championship race after winning the qualifying race yesterday, much to the delight of Frank Stippler, and completing a WRT Audi whitewash of the weekend in Nogaro. An excellent drive from Peter Cox saw him recover to 7th place, but it was the WRT Belgian Audi Club who dominated the opening round of the season.